pretty much every tournament since the inception. Like, I think they are a box tag native, so this is something that is definitely a little different. Box tag is not a platform that a lot of people are familiar with. I hope that we're able to see more of the box tag players later in the future. But for now, if Gex is a bit of a preview of what we can expect, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's going to be pretty uphill battle for Gex, all things considered, but, you know, making a pretty strong impression, you know, doing well, having now to win, just trying to get some damage on the board and gets a nice opening here. Doesn't have enough meter for a mark, but maybe trying to go for the blockable, but a good push block by Sonic to get out of the situation, and good evasion and a good opening, and Sonic back is against the wall in this first game.
Yeah, something I really love about Gex's gameplay is that you could really tell what the fuck was that burst. Oh, I lost my entire train of thought there. That was super unfortunate for Sony-kun. Bro got marked because he bursted slightly wrong on Shirogane. That's fucked up.
Yeah, unfortunate, but Sonic doesn't look too phased by it and getting a nice combo on the board as well. And I say it's a lot of commentary, but Sonic needs one knockdown and the entire game tempo can just go in his favor. But getting a good burst out, not letting Naoto take any more damage, and getting a nice burst bait as well, and Gex is going to take that S down.
Yo, we hard burst baiting this early in the set? I think that goes back to the point of us saying the adaptation is going to be something that we can focus a lot more on, because Gex representing that now means that Sony-kun has to think about that for the rest of the set. Oh, is Gex gonna hard bait? Are they just gonna not do it anymore? That mind game is so much more important, and it's incredibly hard to deal with that if you're not going to be able to, you know, move around it. But it doesn't look like that's gonna be an issue, because Sony-kun already making a good bit of a comeback here.
Oh, good navigation with the homing around the 2B, and Sonic-kun making the solo hard comeback.
Those bad decisions, that every little thing that he does in order to make that situation come to fruition is so much more frustrating. But it doesn't look like Gex is going to be getting too frustrated from here. Already off to a good start.
Yeah. I think one of the things that Gex can maybe rely on in this matchup right now is just maybe a bit of the unfamiliarity, because Hazama isn't exactly a popular character in this environment nowadays. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's mattering too much as Sonic gets a nice happy birthday, and really just doing a reversal of fortune in this game too here, and another JA into a throw, and Hazama is already bleeding.
Yeah, no, this is exactly the kind of thing that you were talking about earlier. Just having that one knockdown is all Sony-kun really needs. And it kind of seems like that's the case right here too, because even with that burst, this is still a really bad situation. I love the up back from Gex here, going to be able to avoid the instant overhead, but unfortunately getting counter hit, and that's going to be a dead character right on the board. Sony-kun with such a lead that this is going to be insurmountable to come from.
Yeah, definitely a struggle if they want to make something happen here. Only level 2 residents, so not the ideal amount of meter gain or life to get back, but, you know, Hazama's damage output is pretty respectable. Going to try to make something happen here. Going to catch out as much meter as possible. Getting a nice little side switch as well, and a little bit of a blue beat, but still nice 7.6k. Trying to make something happen, though.
If Gex had to make anything happen with anyone, I would firmly believe that doing it with Hazama is probably the best character. Unfortunately, calling out the up back 4P and the mash 4P on the second one was unfortunately not enough. That's going to be a dead character. If Sony-kun's going to be able to route this without dropping the combo, and thankfully he will, that is a 2-0 lead for our favorite hard player. Sony kind of has to approach him in a lot of situations, and it would definitely prove a lot more beneficial if he kept that life lead for a bit longer, which I think he'll be able to do now.
Getting a little tricky with that air shot, but unfortunately drop combo, and again that capitalization of Sonic coming in clutch right now, but another drop combo. Everyone's dropping spaghetti in this game to me, but Gex able to stabilize, get some good damage on the board, and is making the life lead grow wider and wider.
Oh yeah, didn't quite block the low after push blocking the unblockable. got hit and was forced to take a burst here. Sony-kun already on the back foot, not quite able to navigate properly, and the trap's putting in so much work right now. Not quite able to get the confirm that they wanted, but already in a much better position than they were before. S cannot be called for any much longer, so no up back 4P to worry about. But if Sony-kun keeps calling it like that, that character could very well just be imploded.
Yeah, Sonic is really doing a good job at picking and choosing their approaches as well. Able to get in, just gotta hold that, but unfortunately did not block the 5C. Going to take a good chunk of damage as well. And just, again, navigation with Sonic just saw navigation with the homing working out so well, and a burst spin. This is not looking good for Gex.
Oh yeah, once again, just being able to put himself in such a nice position to be able to capitalize off of any of these hits. But thankfully, Gex getting a nice 6B hit, gonna force Sony-kun to burst out. This is not gonna be a dead character, I don't think. We had to spend the bar in the conversion, and that's just gonna be one into the corner. Gonna be spending the plus frames in order to get heart in. I really like the decision to do that. It was incredibly ballsy to go for that, but it didn't really matter because we're gonna be able to get a kill on the heart. And I know people like to talk about Heart as the problem character when it comes to Sony-kun's team, but his S is just as formidable.
Oh yeah, like I think a lot of people can agree in this community that Heart is definitely the better combat character, but Sonic-kun's S, that's where the problem lies. You sleep on the S, and next thing you know, you just lost the game point. Just like that. Nice air dash JC to come to West, but game 4 coming up. Gex versus Sonic-kun. Looks like they swapped sides, but nonetheless, hopefully that was a little bit of a breather, and they're going right into it.
Yeah, no, just gonna be going straight into the game here. I had to go fix that audio, but thankfully, no stopping the adrenaline here. Gonna be able to go straight back into the games, and I think Gex is already taking advantage of that pretty well here. Gonna be able to represent the RPS on the stance here to just make Sony-kun incredibly uncomfortable. And just guessing wrong on 2 different situations here, but the sequencing has been so strong that Sony-kun hasn't even gotten to play the game.
Yeah, definitely putting into the 50-50 situation. Let's see what they'll do next. Trying to go for the blockable, but I guess it worked out, and Sonic-kun will be losing the S for that. Hard at about, I'd say about a third of their health left. 1-1 resonance, so not going to be the most ideal situation to be in, but again, both the Sonic-kun's characters are a threat, and they have shown the resilience to make these types of comebacks.
Yeah, comebacks is something that Sony-kun is not particularly strange to, but I feel like it's going to be a little harder if we don't have all this resonance to work with, and especially if we're going to be getting hit by a 5A like that. Not quite going to be able to kill, but your character is basically gone.
Yeah, only need one more. You could just get grazed by an assist or maybe even a trap at this point. And you're going, man, that's curtains, but Sonic-kun making something happen, but unfortunately the 6P comes in clutch and Gex taking the game of their own. Now Sonic-kun just needs one knockdown, but on that round start with Gex, they're able to get, the first point of momentum and just really took it all the way home. But we'll see if Sonic-kun is going to make that happen, but nicely timed 4P will stop Azama in the tracks.
Yeah, nice push block to be able to get out of the situation properly. Sony-kun busting out with a fuzzy DP to finally get a nice hit in. Not quite able to get a full confirm, just out of safety for burst. Gonna be calling assist to try and make a bit more of the situation here. I like the choice to go for the mark, just to put a little bit more pressure on that heart. Good DP to escape the situation. Really good defense from Gex so far.
Once it gets opened up, try to play a little bit of ace combat, I feel, with a lot of the aerial movement, but Sonic-kun getting the better deal of it, getting that momentum, try to bait a burst, but unfortunately not working out. Bringing the S is a little scary here because they have that mark and Gex has 2 meter available, so can't go for the instant kill. We'll see if it will come into fruition, but Sonic-kun not scared of it one bit. Going to sacrifice to Azama, and I'm not sure if it's the right play here. Can't take out the S, so it's basically a 3-touch game, but just gets crossed up. Sonic-kun, not phased. Yeah, definitely. It's just the way he plays has just become like second nature to them at this point, to where they can cycle their options fairly well. And starting off with that lariat with the 6P behind, will be doing pretty well for them. Gex trying to just back up, take some space, trying to make something happen, but a good call out on the 6P.
Yeah, just returning back to the neutral here, a really lucky clash and a DP bait to be able to finally get a nice hit in on this heart. I don't think we're gonna go for a mark is what I would have said until we did. Gonna be giving up any or sort of Oki to put a little bit more pressure on that heart here. Not quite able to get the knockdown that we were looking for, but we're still gonna be getting a nice hit with the 5A here. Carrying into the corner, this is gonna be a guess for character. Is what I would have said if we didn't drop the combo. Definitely unfortunate.
Yeah, Nato stays alive another day, but Hazama gets opened up and the light fleet is slowly running away with Sonic-kun. And I guess trying to make something happen here, but the counter hit Joe B. I know it's to hit that 6P, but no call out on the chains either, but still Gex back against the wall trying to make something happen. Trying to go on the more aggressive just to try and even up the life lead, but just Sonic-kun putting up a nice wall, but a good DP! Almost confirmed!
If that confirmed, if that confirmed, I would have had no. Oh, you lost the character! Yo, the amount of events that just happened in the last 5 seconds is utterly mind-boggling. But we lost the character to that. Gex going up another game here. He's not going down without a fight. Back on the board in a set like this, especially with someone so revered as Sony-kun. Gex already making himself a bit of a name here.
What a ballsy call, and unfortunately, did not get the meter for it, but yeah, gets cooked low. That charge B, 5B has armor property, and for those that don't know, lows do beat armor, so Sonic-kun getting put by that, but unfortunately for Gex, Sonic-kun looking unfazed, still getting put into the blender. Cross combo available, just a raw active switch 2C working out, but unfortunately a drop combo, but still. Life total, about even at this point.
Definitely, I think... Oh, interesting decision to go for the cross right here. Definitely just wanted to get the character output. A lucky grab is going to be getting the heart out of the scene. The comeback god of S finally back on.
Sonic-kun's gotta really dig deep and make something happen here. Only level 2 residents, but Fabia right now actually, even though has full health, no red meter, just probably wants the meter to maybe chip out for some supers. Excellent resilience by Sonic-kun, not to flinch on that fake out.
Speaking of fake outs, just throwing out the super, just being able to use a forward super, kind of like a makeshift toga. Arguably better, honestly, because it definitely puts you in a worse position with just how fast it is. Gonna be able to get a nice confirm with the— oh my god! That was so unlucky. Yo, Gex is getting hoed right now. What do you— Beanie with the wrong way.
That was so unfortunate and they lost for it!
Bro.
I don't blame them.
Here's hoping that kind of thing doesn't happen again.
We'll see what happens. Maybe trying to call out some little egregious round start, but Sonic-kun getting their burst called out and Gex getting a good amount of mental. Unfortunately, that 5AA drop, but a good DP will just get Gex off of them. But super right back, no one wants to hold anything.
Blocking is for nerds in a game like this, and I think Sony-kun is really embodying that thought process here. We are doing a lot, and none of it is giving any sort of benefit. Sony-kun already on the back foot. Oh no! Got hit by the super despite blocking! I think he might have tried to DP, but the assist was on screen, so he didn't have any invul. Losing 10k for that is super unfortunate, too. Good reaction to the 5C.
Nice work. And Sonic-kun does a needle just like that, and decides to sacrifice the Naruto instead of the Soul Hazama. I mean, I feel like with the way this has been going, Gex and Hazama is the star of the show here. And might kill the heart for this?
Just a pixel away. Not quite able to kill a character. I want to say that Sony tried to go for crazy snipe. And that's the sort of thing that you're going to see when you have that. Regardless of how good your character is, regardless of how much you give to be able to play in that situation, just knowing how it works is all that really matters. What? Okay, man, we're just doing shit, but unfortunately— oh no, bro! Yo, Gex is getting hoed in every possible capacity. Call Mystery Racer, call the fucking bald man, because we are not going anywhere, bro. It's over. It's cooked. Gex has to do some bullshit to win this.
I think stress that just happened in our interaction. I would be surprised if Gex is bagging right now. Oh, the Naruto just especially with that burst, but Gex has a mountain to climb in front of them right now.
But dude, I wish I could properly convey how bad but how funny it is to watch this sort of thing happen. Like, we were talking about how first to 7 sets are incredibly important for like adaptation, and we're still seeing that because we just waited for the super that Sonika knew was coming, and he wouldn't have done that if he hadn't played a few games with Gex beforehand. But oh my god, bruh.
Closing out the set will
Represent my Kai brother in that sort of way. But going into the game here, I'm honestly confused on how Gregon wants to navigate the neutral here, because both characters are incredibly aerially mobile. But if we're going to be getting hit like that, I don't think it really matters that much. Oh god.
Ooh, that's a nice 11k on your 9 on the incoming. Not looking good for Dragon Monkey in this first game here. But a nice Crimson Raider and an assist to back it up will be getting a good amount of downs on the board. Unfortunately, no knockdown, but still alive, but in a dangerous position.
I think Gregon is trying a little bit too hard to navigate around Bumba, just trying to force block stun at all times, but I don't think it's going to matter how much block stun is on the screen right now when we're going to be getting a really nice happy birthday here. Libra's already almost dead, going to be able to block the DP, and suddenly we're in a very different situation than we were 10 seconds ago.
Trying to make something happen here. On to Solo 9, or Solo Jin, and getting a Raw Toger calling out the 9 as well. And the tables have turned just like that. Bubba Chunga now has Gregon Monkeys back on the board. I really like that use of the snowflakes, just being able to say, hey, come at me. I know you want to flip, or run at me like that, and you just fell for the bait.
Oh wait, no, I don't know if I agree with that. Oh wait, never mind, didn't matter. Nope. I was about to make a critique of on the routing, but no, yeah, like that did so much more.
Explosive player. We just saw that in game 1. I want to see how Gregon Monkey kind of adapts to just the in-your-face, like high pressure that Bubba Chunga likes to put you in.
Seems like we're already doing a good job of that too, because early in that game 1, Gregon got hit a lot by whatever various round starts that Lapras was doing, but already we're using our mobility to a incredibly effective point, because already we're able to establish a good offense and force Bumba into a defensive position, losing a lot of health and fast.
Yeah, I really like the use of that 6P with the foot, because that was a lot of screen clutter to where Bubba Chunga, I don't think, really know where they got hit from. But getting hit high, going on the safe side this time, but getting a nice anti-air. Bubba Chunga able to get the Lapras in pretty safely, but Gregon Monkey just running for the hills right now. Really picking a good time to go in, but a good JC to catch the Yosuke.
What an insane JC. It is JC is a really good tool for Lapras just because of how active it is, but you really don't see just how perfectly she's able to confirm off of it with a little bit of meter. And keeping yourself plus as well, it's something that you have to keep in mind at all times when you're going to be moving in the air. But if we're not going to cancel it like that, then we're prone to be punished, so Gregon already making good adaptation here.
Yeah. I think Gregon has like a pretty solid team to just kind of put Bubba Chunga at bay. You know, solid air buttons, or just the mobility of both Gregon Monkey's characters just to kind of keep Bumba at a comfortable distance could work out. But unfortunately, the name of the game of Bumba is just being explosive, and you get touched once and you're taking a good amount of health, and you know, Gregon Monkey lost the character just for getting capped once.
Oh my god, wait, really? I've never seen Yosuke Moonsault lose to a burst like that, especially during the startup, but gonna be able to get a nice match on the active swap from the 6P and getting a meaty 5A on this Lapras. That's gonna be a dead character provided no drops happen. Gonna be going for the knee, and that's a high score.
Gregon Monkey adapting well so far. I really think a good tool to just kind of keep Yosuke guessing on when to flip in the air. So we'll see if Bumba Chunga is willing to make those adjustments to make something happen. Score is tied 1-1 so far.
No, yeah, like, it doesn't immediately become obvious when looking at Bumba's team, but Bumba is really equipped to be able to navigate around Yosuke and force him to play at his pace. And as we can see, like, Gregon has tried to force 8 Tatsu mix-ups like at least 4 or 5 times. Almost got a really good confirm, but unfortunately pressed a little too early into the active swap 9 and gonna be reversing the momentum here. Bumba putting him into a mix-up situation, blocked the cross-up this time, and nice DP to escape the 50-50.
Good anti-hit by Gregon Monkey. Trying to make something happen here. Labrys is hurting quite a bit. Needs to get her out, but unfortunately gets thrown by the JE, but no confirm. Gregon Monkey running for the hills, getting a good amount of damage on the board. This is already a nice 8k on the J, but good defense so far.
Something I feel like Gregon is unfortunately lacking when it comes to their gameplay right now is that their confirms are not there. I feel like both these characters could have been dead very easily if either side was quite able to, you know, finish their play, so to speak. And I think we just saw that in play right now because missing the punish on that burst, it's a little more inclined to happen, but ultimately, I don't think it really matters when we're able to scramble as hard as we did here. Gregon taking up the leg. It was what I would have said if we didn't drop the combo. Commentator's curse coming into full play here. Labrys here to still play the game, but JC not doing its job and Gregon going up in the set.
Getting the like aggressiveness that Bubba Chunga wants to employ with scrambles. And it's really just kind of like putting Bubba Chunga off tempo quite a bit and really making him force him to just approach things differently.
Yeah, no, and I feel like both these characters, I know we mentioned how Labrys and Jin are both pretty well equipped to deal with any sort of air approaches, but just a little bit of mix-up would definitely play to a bit of benefit on Gregon's point here. And that was the whole reason he was able to go up in the set, but I don't think it's going to matter too much when we get a nice hit like that. Though I don't really agree with going into Super, just because Gregon didn't have burst for a little while, I feel like we could have maintained that axe level. But ultimately, doesn't matter too much. Going to be able to get the advantage with the EX chain and put this 9 into the corner.
Unfortunately, Tech's out of the corner. Good confirm on the counter hit for A. And Gregon Monkey, this could be their turn to get something happen, but unfortunately misses the Morganite. Doesn't get the unblockable, but Gregon Monkey fighting hard, using Scarlet Veins just to try and call it something, but not working out. Jin's coming in, Pilot Resistance pop. Hopefully this is Gregon Monkey's turn to make something happen.
Oh yeah, there we go. Gonna be able to get the punish on the push block attempt here. Gonna be routing into the cross raid is what I would have said, but the assist is a little bit too close to the screen. Not quite able to get the cross raid finisher, but it didn't matter. Gonna be able to swat 9 out of the air.
That could just explode both of Gregon's characters, especially Yosuke being a 16k character. You know, lowest health point in the game. Not exactly a good compatibility with high damage.
Oh yeah, and the compatibility going to be playing a lot of problems, let's say, for lack of vernacular, into the rest of the set. But a nice JC confirm, going to be forcing Bumba into the burst here. Honestly, a pretty good position for Gregon to be in. The 6P a little too far to get a full confirm from. Bumba trying to confirm off of the Toga, which would have been crazy if he did. And Gregon back in the driver's seat.
Getting a good amount of damage on the board, but unfortunately no Oki. Just keeping Bumba at bay right now, but Bumba Chunga finding a way in. That I don't know what's how you're supposed to block off of that one. That was really egregious, but Yosuke gets to come in, trying to make something happen here. A lot of flips coming out, trying to be as tricky as possible, and a trade I feel like is the most beneficial thing for both sides of that in that situation.
Definitely, yeah. If we're able to route around this, could have potentially gotten the kill. Nice whip punish on Bumba's part to be able to get a little bit of a combo. Not quite able to kill. The JC was a little bit too low to the ground. Tried to knee through it, but did it again! That character's gone. Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, unfortunately not in like the most ideal position to punish the knee, and just Gregon Monkey being super brave and just busting out a Nova to see if it'll work. But Bumba Chunga getting a little bravery of their own with just a wake up 5A, and we'll be going after Yosuke for that. Nice 11k. Definitely still doable for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, Bumba doing their trademark here, gonna be able to kill the character. But Gregon, not quite out just yet. Whoa, my god, I cannot believe that confirmed, bruh. What do you... What do you mean he auto-corrected twice? That is some privilege.
Anti-air 5A working out pretty well. Bumberchung's gotta be careful. Can't risk too much health left. But good navigation, unfortunately not close enough for that 5A to connect, and Gregon Monkey taking it with the Scarlet Vein. 32 moved on in the bracket, but you know, Bumba, this is their chance to make those adjustments and be like, hey, if I get those extra games, you would have been done. Kind of mentality. So we'll see if Bumba Chunga can make good on that.
Yeah, I mean, if Bumba is the type of player I know that we think he is, then he's gonna be just fine. Bro has nerves of steel just like any other of the higher level BBTag competitors nowadays, and I think that has been showing pretty well here. I like the recognition on Gregon's part to be able to use assist to get that confirmed, because 214C would have been hitting really weird. Oh my god, a little too far to get the confirm off of the 6B, just spending a little bit of the spell meter to try and get themselves back into this position. Gregon putting a lot of work in with just some straight hits.
Yeah. Oh no, just too far to just beat the super, but Bumba Chunga looks pretty unfazed, getting a good amount of damage, but that burst will be putting a stop to some hurt on the 9. E-slash. Catching what I have is next, and really good awareness by Bumba Chunga to make things happen. Go bait, it's unsuccessful. But you gotta be so careful.
Man, Gregon's navigation in neutral is honestly the best thing about this play right now. I think every single time Gregon has done anything in neutral, they have gotten such an advantage off of it, it's insane. But it doesn't look like it's going to be lasting for much longer if we're going to keep this Yosuke in, especially after taking so much Choga chip.
But the good navigation, the good old dive kick with...
We mentioned earlier with Sony-kun about how a lot of what makes him strong is the fact that he's able to capitalize off a lot of his different hits. But Gregon honestly is pulling a J-Wong here. Bro is not getting a lot of damage off his combos, but he's been winning neutral so often it doesn't matter. And right now, it is just one of those situations. You're going to be able to avoid getting throw-baited, going to have to block the 5C and taking a little bit of damage for his trouble.
Bumba Chunga gang trying to make something happen. 5C does not strike twice, and Gregon Monkey trying to make something happen. Gets a nice side switch as well. Putting this 9 in the corner, trying to make something happen. Guesses high, but gets hit low. And yeah, I think one of the biggest things as well is that 9 can't exactly scramble as good as Yosuke, but does have a better job of keeping that at bay, but just you get close to Bumba and these kinds of things happen.
Okay, yeah, we blocked it. I was gonna say, that didn't seem like a safe jump to me, especially with the way it was performed. Wait, what was that? Whatever, didn't matter. Gonna be able to punish the Yosuke regardless, and not quite kill the character, but this is still looking a lot better than the last few games. Good use of the JC.
Yeah, I really like what Bubba's doing there. It's just whenever he sees like the Yosuke like smoke bomb, he's just going to say, "All right, I'm a JC. I don't care what you're going to do." But just gets vacuumed in. No, not enough meter to get the extra damage. But Yosuke will just see another day. Hopefully he doesn't regret that.
Not quite choosing to cash out into the super here. Gonna be going into the 5C. A lot of health to recover here on Gregon's part. Gonna be able to go straight into the super, preserve as much resonance time as possible. This Jin is already almost dead, and we've only spent the last 5 seconds playing in the game here, trying to V-slash through the through the fucking icicle, but didn't quite get the ability to do so. Trying to mash out here. Good DP on Gregon's part. Gonna get a nice cross-up. Going to anti-air through the burst, and this is certainly a lot closer.
Oh no, I think that might be it as long as Gregon finishes their play. No, not enough. Couldn't cancel, find a way to round the super. One touch wait for both sides. Bubba's got to make something happen here.
It was so scary.
Getting the breaks.
Oh shit.
Chase stays on the same side. No!
Gregon, please! Please! Okay. Yo, J-Wong effect.
Exclamation point, Podge. is the main thing I could say here. But Gregon up 5-2. Hopefully Bubba can make something happen. But I think maybe some of maybe the tilt's getting to them, or just at a loss of what to do in a lot of these scramble situations that Gregon is employing here.
Wow, incredible confirm on Bumba's part. Not even having to use the EX guillotine to get the knockdown. Just being able to properly recognize the positioning and get a nice little sequence from it too. Not quite a dead character, but you gotta guess regardless. And Lamau, not a dead character, but you're taking a lot for that.
15K for that. Oh no! Oh no!
Bro.
I'm so glad that Bubba actually was able to punish that. I was about to be so bad for him.
Somebody clip that, please. That game was so fucking ass. It's between left or right, which is really threatening, especially when Bumba has Red Axe, just because you implode, even if you try to use some sort of defensive option. It's like incredibly difficult to make anything happen from that. But Bumba gonna be able to make something happen from that situation regardless. Getting a nice knockdown here, going for the grab, trying to make something work, but the 6P not being reliably hitting the way you want it to. V-slash working pretty well here, not going into the 2B. Gregon having a lot to do here.
Yeah, looks like it's falling apart a little bit for Gregon. Yosuke just got back from the red health, but unfortunately, not working out. Tried to do a little bit of a fadeaway jumper, but not working out. Choose a character. Chooses neither. Yosuke gets in safely, and yeah, just Bumba, just they do have a quite sizable life lead, and they're playing back a little bit because they realize, hey, you gotta come to me if you want to even up this damage race.
Yeah, the damage race is easily being won by Bumba right now. These combos are being finished. Everything is working out in Bumba's favor, slowly but surely, putting himself back on the board and making Gregon have to reconsider how he's going to go about these matches because Vantage here.
Yeah, it feels like maybe Gregon Monkey's getting a little winded. Hopefully they can get some of their composure back to make something happen, but that Dobe is not a good indicator or a start to the longer sets in this. And a little bit of a more, I feel like Gregon Monkey's playing a little more reserved now compared to the last couple of games.
Definitely, just not quite standing in lab versus range nearly as often. Doesn't really want to put himself in a position where he can get throw baited like that. Thankfully, is able to escape the situation pretty scot-free. Bumba not quite able to establish himself in this game quite as easily as he has the last few. Gonna be able to jump out here. Gregon just throwing shit out on the screen, honestly.
Yeah, and it's working out. I mean, you know, I feel like, especially with 9 on the screen, has a superior range to just keep Labrys and Jin at bay. Good defense by Gregon Monkey so far, and getting a nice air assault JC, but unfortunately not able to capitalize, but an excellent forward P from Bubba Chunga. Trying to get some momentum back and just really destabilize some of the chaos right now.
Wait, what the fuck? What happened? Yo, I'm deadass super confused. What do you... How?
I feel like that was either just like a weird hit on the super, or Bumba got crossed somehow.
It has to be one of the two.
Good call out on the eye. Yeah.
Interesting choice to go for the... Okay.
Yeah. I'm not saying same thing, interesting choice, but nonetheless, it works out in their favor, and Gregon on set point.
I have to one is incredibly difficult, even if we have a character pretty mobile like this, and I think Gregon is doing a good job of balancing out his weaknesses with his strengths.
Yeah, definitely. And we're seeing full effect, you know, got some of their confidence back and trying to close out this set. Gregon. I think one of the things that they're also realizing is that, like, hey, I can make Bumba come to me. And if he does come to me, I can just scramble my way out of this.
Yeah, just like that, just already able to use their superior mobility to a lot of advantage here. Interesting routing on Gregon's part, not quite going for the typical V-slash routing that we know, but gonna be able to establish themselves in a pretty dominant position early in this game. Nice. And Tier gonna be able to bait the burst as well. Bumba already on the back foot. Oh, land kick?
Looking pretty good, getting that confidence back, getting that safe up as well, and I think they should be able to kill the Jin off of this.
Yeah, 2000% by character's dead. We didn't have a lot of combo scaling to begin with since we started relatively early into the CC, but Labrys having to fend solo between Knight and Yosuke, this is a lot of things to ask of one player, but if anyone's gonna do it, it's probably Bumba.
Oh, good call out. And yeah, I mean, that could be the start of something, but unfortunately not really a solid OK situation, but just getting clipped low. Catching out the super, just got the red axe, so getting as much damage as possible. But going back down to white axe, getting that damage debuff. But slowly getting back to green axe to save life things, but still, it is a mountain to climb, and that 5P connected is not going to do them any favors. That sucks!
Oh my god. Oh no, man. What a way to lose the set, dude. Nine has such good buttons in the air, and getting counter hit by one of them at the end is probably not the way you want to go out. But regardless, Gregon showing just how good they are at navigating the— I'm honestly curious to witness how she's improved over the last few months, especially against someone like Jadestar, who has made such big waves in places like TMN and whatnot, almost winning their first bracket, I believe. And I think in terms of comparison, this is probably gonna be Muke's Sony-kun.
Yeah, this will be an interesting one. Funny enough, I was able to play Jadestar. Like, we were supposed to play in bracket, but PC tag wasn't working that one night we were playing. But we did play like a couple of games beforehand. And, you know, they have a really solid team. They know a lot of the ins and outs. They have a certain playstyle. They know how, they have a good idea of how they want to execute it, and they're doing pretty well right now with it. You know, keeping distance with the 9, able to shut down the Carmine pretty well, and try to get the pressure going with the pressure going right now.
Yeah, just regardless of how many hits they're actually getting, Muke was not able to play the game that first game. Like,
beating out whatever Muke was trying to throw. And hopefully, I think they're trying to make something happen with the Carmine on round side just to maybe get some more offensive momentum. And hey, round start 4P works out pretty well.
yeah, gonna be able to get a really nice hit in. Unfortunately, unable to punish the burst, so we're gonna be giving Jadestar the momentum that they're needing in order to continue here. Not punishing the burst there either. Both sides a little bit lacking when it comes to the reactions on burst, but Jadestar gonna be able to take advantage regardless. Not a lot of damage, but you don't really need it with an advantage like this.
Really good offensive presence with the Izuyori. Not really letting Carmine get out of this corner. Good active switch, made it whiff, but unfortunately gets caught flinching, and that Carmine should be going down.
And so soon into the game too, it genuinely looked like that character died within the first few seconds, despite it not actually being the case. Jadestar very cleanly taking that game too as well. The punish, like they did those last couple games, is going to make a big difference. But getting a nice hit with that 2C here, maybe tried to answer with the 2C. A lot of things going on in his first few seconds.
So unfortunately that JA a little too close to the ground for that to have an active hitbox, and Jadestar running with the advantage as well. Nice teleport with the 4P to catch it from behind, and Jadestar just capitalizing very well off of these hits that they're getting so far.
I wonder if that was a TRM attempt or if we just attempted to do that. Tried to go for the unblockable most likely, messed it up. Oh, got caught jumping and the hit confirm into the super. That's going to be a dead Adachi, most likely without even the fourth bar. Muke already back on the back foot.
Getting caught by the instant air dash. JA working out pretty nicely, bringing this Carmine to the corner, getting all the damage that they can right now. And I think one of the names of the games here is, regardless of who's on screen for Jadestar, they've been realizing, hey, I can just kind of run my stuff and just play super offensive against Muke so far, taking it
in terms of what characters you're playing, but you could look at the way that things have been going and think, oh man, the Carmine really hasn't been doing as much as I want them to. So let me start throwing out a character that plays the game inherently differently. And already off to a much better start, like actually able to set the pace of the game.
a good use of the 214A just to get a little more ability, just so that the orb would whip. But still, J-Star looking good, stuffing out any lariat approach with that. Really long 5B, and Muke trying to make something happen here, but just gets sniped out of trying to set up trying to press AZO.
Yeah, no, just making a good use of all of their options here. Not quite able to jump cancel away. Almost punished the BZO with a full counter hit, but not quite able to put themselves in the position to do so. Using the assist to get the full confirm here. Muke playing it a bit patient on defense here, allowing the Adachi to die. That's going to be a single character to do a lot of work here.
This is not over.
Maybe they see some caution this character by getting swatted by that JC counter hit JA. Not ready for the confirm, but nonetheless, okay, trying to make something happen with that 214B working out really nicely. No full confirm though.
Man, Muke, like, she has the right idea. She understands what she's doing, and
approach, but unfortunately not working out in J-Star. You know, you only have so much of the stream before you put yourself into a corner.
yeah, no, backing up is definitely strong when used in small doses. If we're putting ourselves in positions like this, then it's really not going to make a difference. But finally, going to be able to play some decent defense here. Not quite the confirm that they need, but finally getting a nice hit on the board and potentially getting the Oki that she would want to get the knockdown and potentially make something happen. Going to be able to catch the jump and go for a reset 5C.
Looking good. Does decide to cash out beater. Yeah, kind of understanding that it won't kill, but hey, still looking really good. Go for a lay, but a good call out and just pausing the screen just to punish the set 214A there. And getting open the fight to their own and getting the excellent to kill off the set.
If Jade was able to finish that combo, that would have been insane. Dropped that one too. Didn't quite get the 5D confirm on Muke's part. She didn't quite seem to feel a little comfortable with it, but a good throw to make some sort of momentum come through here. Going straight into the super to make sure no burst is on the table.
Looking good. Getting a good amount of damage, but unfortunately doesn't get punished for it, thankfully. But Izuo is going to be brought safely. Calling out the super, almost killing up the 9. Looking good so far, but just gets clipped high. Not going to kill this quite yet, but... Not get the dragon! Oh my god!
That's super unfortunate. Unless she's able to make something happen here, then I think that'll continue to be the case.
Not looking too good. And getting the block a little bit of the oh, unfortunately it looks like they missed the JB. Sets a tiny hitbox probably worked out in their favor, but J-Star still looking good, getting a lot of confirms going, but just again, that offensive prowess is just working out so well. Unfortunately getting open again, trying to press a button on the incoming, but not working out.
Oh man, this is rough to watch. Like genuinely, that was hard to watch overall. Wow.
Yeah, just unrelenting on the pressure, and J-Star takes it 7.
Yeah, 2000%. I'm glad we're on the same page with that, because I think that is going to be adding a lot to the way the game is played, and we're already off to a good start with that. Didn't want to go for the 236B confirm just because it is relatively burstable, but we are going to be forcing out a burst here. Oh, missing the punish on the buzzsaw here. Block streaking Ogiri potentially into the corner, but what a fantastic challenge with the 5A.
Excellent time to burst as well. I think, yeah, that was just a really opportune burst point just to keep things safe and mitigate the damage, but I think not going to be a dead Adachi just quite yet, but good navigation around and realizing that there'd be a burst in play.
What a route too, by the way. What the fuck? Like, what are we doing here? my god. Unfortunately dropping the combo and not quite able to kill. Gonna be DHCing into Adachi here to let Ruby heal as much of that red health as possible. And probably gonna chase the Susanoo to try and kill him. But being able to catch the raw tag, and that's gonna be a lot of damage on this Adachi.
German's only happened here. Good navigation by Jolton so far, but gets a nice cross-up and going to draw first blood all up to Soul Ruby to set level 4 resistance. They've been real trigger happy with their assist, and it shows with the resistance levels on both sides. So we'll see one of Great Cap pops it, but good! Great navigation, it takes it! Back for the flawlessly for the jaws of defeat.
If my jaw... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Like, E2 deck through bravery right there in that situation. And look, again, good awareness, not letting it do a Zeo setup right there, and call it out the 6-piece. So like the mirror matchup like implications are coming to a full effect.
What is this gameplay, yo? I know that we were talking about the whole partner thing, but oh my god, that might be the most stupid thing we've seen all night, but I love it. Oh my god, fuzzy attacks? Wait, that's insane. It's going for sand kicks. Jolton really favoring ending block strings with sand kicks just to make sure that he stays as plus as possible. Ogre not quite discouraging it just yet.
Yeah, just really not finding a option to call it out just yet, or not feeling like they should contest it just quite yet. But hey, good awareness, getting a nice punish on the AZO as well. A Great Cap needs to get that Ruby out there.
There we go. I love the choice to avoid getting the Ender here just to force the character in. Gonna be getting a nice unblockable, not quite able to confirm it, but man, what a reversal of situations. Ogre slowly but surely losing all of her health on both of her characters, but not quite out just yet.
Good, hitting the brakes just to avoid that 4P, but trying to make their way in, sniping out the Adachi, but Ruby is in one touch zone. Doesn't want to do anything, backs off, gets clipped by the 5P.
The 5P teleporting to the other side of the screen, killing the character immediately. Yo, I actually like the decision making from Jolton here to block string for as long as possible to make sure that this resonance doesn't get used, and he did a really good job of making... Was that a 5C unblockable? Is that what we're feeling right now?
I think Jolton's trying to go for it, and unfortunately didn't get the maximization that they needed, but nonetheless, tying up where like both players have like at least 50 games each on both sides. Because you know, there's a lot of decisions where it just sounds like they just be doing shit.
Oh man. Ogre once again just getting caught by the sand kick. Not interacting with it or forcing Joe to stop what he's doing and consider how he should be ending his block strings. Big drop on the combo here, not quite able to get the kill. 236A not confirming the way that he was hoping it would. Back to the neutral here, Ogre trying to make something happen, just jumping away, but the back scratcher gonna be able to make something happen here. That's almost a reversal is what I would have said, but we're gonna be getting hit by the super.
No one wants to hold anything, has to deal with the AZO setup. Successfully blocks it. Trying to make something happen here, trying to chase. Thankfully that 4P didn't connect, but just getting a grab right there. And we'll be losing for the Daki for that, actually.
I'm flabbergasted right now. If you couldn't tell, my mind is just imploding. Grab? Okay. Just returning back to the match, you're going to be able to do another long block string here just to try and get the assist gauge back. Oh my god, what a good run under. Not going to be able to kill the character, but forcing out a burst, and the decision making on Ogre's part has been pretty good. Not quite able to get a full confirm here, but we are going to be potentially killing the character next hit.
It could happen. It looks like this is going to be Jolton's second game on the board. Ogre Cap looking a little worse for wear. I think Jolton...
She's able to tighten herself up for these next few matches. I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of a reversal here.
Really just content with holding this block, and you know, I think that if there's one thing here, I think they're really testing their confidence on their defense as well. Not really finding an opportunity to push block, but just getting stuffed out here, trying to make something happen, but just getting stuffed by a super active JB.
Oh man, there's so much whipping happening right now. The first DP Ogiri has ripped this entire set so far, and it was a good one. Really nice tech on the throw here. Gonna be able to get a lot of damage on the assist here. Gonna be reversing with the Azio. Didn't want to spend the meter. Tried to hit the assist, but despite all of her efforts, she is once again back in the corner.
Still keeping the pressure up. Unfortunately, the command grabs have been working out in dividends for Shadow Johnson so far. Not going to be a dead Adachi quite yet, but that actually might seal his fate. No, stays alive. Good defense, but a good whip punish right back, and I don't think they're going to lose the Ruby just quite yet, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, the routing wasn't quite there to kill the Ruby. Oh, wow. What a choice to do for a walk back while the 6B is on top of her, just to make her as uncomfortable as possible. Is that kill? It did. Holy shit.
Unfortunately, didn't work out.
Yeah, unfortunately. Tried to do a little bit of up back 4P gaming, but wasn't quite able to make the positioning work in her favor. Gonna be spending the CC to try and cash out as much damage as possible here. Gonna be going into the... Oh wow, I'm actually kind of surprised that worked the way that it did, but ultimately it didn't matter just because the punish was not on board, and Ogiri going to be forced right back into her favorite spot.
Jolton looking good. Not going to the command grab that time. Yeah, catching a great cap, just being hesitant, just trying to wait something out happening. Good push block to just create some space. No punish on the AZ, unfortunately, but you need to get that Ruby out.
What the fuck? Hello? Yo,
I want to say that was probably an attempt. Oh, go ahead.
No, it's all good. Please finish your thought. Oh my god.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's all to solo Ruby. Definitely doable, but a little spooky here. Oh my god. Gotta be careful. Oh yeah, good DP. Oh, Guri Cap has been using that quite a bit in this set, but unfortunately used a little too many times, and Jolton ready for it. Swatting out the Susanoo. Really low on life, but a good snipe. Not going to kill the fight yet, but definitely wants a situation from here on out.
Jolton is both playing incredibly passive and is also... What the fuck, man? What do you mean that hit her? What? That didn't even touch her body! Kind of mentality here. We have 6 games to work to win, and if you're not going to be able to do so, then it's going to be a lot harder to make that comeback. Especially if we're up backing in a CC pressure.
Jolton trying to make something happen here. Same situation, but Jolton gets out, but a BZO is put out there. But hey, a great cap, thanks for getting a good rotation, but unfortunately not getting too much mileage off it. But nice 2-8, just to not deal with the CC situation.
Wasn't quite able to punish the Adachi in either of those situations. The JB not leading to a full combo here. This Adachi looking rather worse for wear, not having a lot of health, and one good hit from either side is going to lead to that doom. But thankfully, speaking of getting a good hit, finally Ogiri is able to establish something and kill a character on Jolton's part. I think which is going to make a huge difference in terms of playing and getting a match here, because Jolton is relying a lot on his assists.
Yeah, really maximizing the 2v2 game, but unfortunately not working out. The command grabs have been working all night for Jolton so far, and putting Ruby in a position where, like, honestly, it's a one-touch situation. Please don't get hit by something. something hard, but holding on, but no, the command grab again have been working out super well so far.
Oh, Ogre, please. Lock in. Lock in. We got resonance on board. That's it.
Oh, no.
Wait, no, you dropped it.
No, that was a mercy. That was a holy stop. Are you going to let that slide, Ogre Cap? I mean, you have Astral unavailable as well if you want to, but no, just going forward. The J236C, and they should be able to close it out.
Yeah, there we go. That's a dead character. Finally, Jolton's reign of terror coming to a momentary end because Ogre is about to put herself back on the board 4-2 and potentially give herself the opportunity. What she's doing is a lot more concrete. And the defense is really good too.
Yeah. I feel like Ogre Cap, you know, safe for the command grabs, have been really good about like just not being being very reserved on when to use push block, but unfortunately getting clipped low, trying to make something happen here, keeping it first safe, and Jolton looking good, saying, "Hey, this is how you treat me when I give you a homie stock." I'm gonna take that right back.
Oh yeah. I have to wonder why Jolton is so patient when it comes to those dropped combos on Ogre's part. You would think that he wants to make an attempt to punish them in any capacity, but not really, no. Tried to route around burst, but pressed the button a little bit too early. Ogre trying to move around the push block here, but Jolton doing a good job of varying his defensive offense.
Jolton looking good, keeping the pressure up, but Ogre Cap has a chance to make something happen here, but oh my god, that sucks!
Oh, man.
Good defense on the tick throw, but unfortunately the 2B will be catching Ogre Cap pressing a button.
For time. Look at that, see? Like, we're jumping at them. We're going into his face, and he's exploding.
Yeah, getting that tempo back, but unfortunately the tempo was stolen right back with a happy birthday. Not looking good for a great captain, but thankfully a drop, but the 4P catches a great cap as well, and just hopefully they can make something happen here.
What
The fight unfortunately got clipped.
And you were blocking! Sis, what happened?
Oh no!
I'm so confused. What? Oh man. That to take the adaptation of what he's learned throughout the sets that they've played together and make something out of it. And it already looks like that sort of thing is happening because what the fuck, man? Great happy birthday until it wasn't.
Well, Great Cap looking good. It looks like they're starting to play a lot more aggressive and just wanting to be, hey, I am going to live my life without fear from this day forward. And in a lot of ways it's working, but unfortunately getting clipped by the land shark there. But still trying to make something happen. Oh, that was nasty.
Oh wow, no burst punish on Jolton's part. That probably could have been a dead character if he did. But it doesn't matter too much because we're forcing this Ruby into a guess game. So, oh, never mind. Okay. I guess it is still a guess game, but it's a lot better than if he still had the 2 bars. Good DP.
Yeah, definitely great DPs across the board. But Yao Goldson gets a good time to burst, unfortunately, and not able to place the assist, but still, scary situation for both sides to be in right now. Like, just an AZ or a stray JP like that works, but that DP actually works!
Oh, thought that the counter hit JA had more hit stun than she thought, and unfortunately going to be getting caught low, and that is the final game of set 4. Played prior. I just have to wonder what the thought process is, right? This is a first to 10. you have a bajillion years to make, you know, adjustments where necessary. And I think this is the kind of team you might want to do those kind of things in, because, you know, full screen unblockable, my beloved, caught the up back, wasn't quite able to confirm it due to the low hit stun of 4A. The not doing a bad job of navigating the neutral, but definitely leaving a lot of room for Menatame to make the positional changes.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, one of the real weirdest things about Menatame's team is that they're, as we saw earlier, does have like a full screen like super unblockable setup with the Neo act switching to Hilda, but I think I think Menatame wants to play more of that mid screen game, because any good hit on Hachi's team will just do a nice average team right now. Good amount of damage. Nice 7.6k getting the Hachi, but I didn't believe in it.
Yeah, that was definitely a little bit of a hit stun moment. The active swap wasn't quite as tight as it should have been, and unfortunately is going to be forced into a sandwich situation. But the defense proving to be incredibly powerful on Hachi's part. Bro being able to block pretty much everything that Mene did there, but getting into a reset situation, yes, good burst timing.
Good use of the JA there just to beat Suzuno's JB. Just not wanting to deal with that really strong button and just beating Hachi to the punch there. Happy birthday, unfortunately not confirming off of it, but still not looking good for Hachi. But honestly, all of this can turn around with just a good button from Suzuno. And we're going to Rampage side, so you know these players are trying to, they're definitely fishing for those hits, and Hachi gets a really solid one right now.
Yeah, not quite able to kill the character even with the added meter on Rampage time, but this is definitely not fun for either side, and that's gonna be a DP punish. Suddenly Hachi's in a very good position. Oh no, nice pickup on the DP as well. Oh, dropping the confirm, but getting an American reset for his troubles. Game 1. Hachithin. To the damage front, but who cares? It controls the neutral so ridiculously well that it almost doesn't matter. Like, even in that situation where Hachi properly navigated around the JC assist, he was still able to escape and make something happen here. Not quite able to get the stabilization on the confirm. What the fuck? Why did he do JC?
Who knows, but nonetheless, Hachi getting good amount down to the board blocking. BJB getting good amount down to the board. Unfortunately, a little too early on that to be pressed just to call it the burst, but unfortunately not working out. But Merle looking good, just trying to create space, but Hachi just walking them to the corner. But JC works out, going to hit from behind as well. Oh,
Still, that's super interesting.
Oh no, trying to go for a brave DP, but not working out.
Yeah, it wasn't quite what you wanted it to be. What a really good active spot from Hachi though, just being able to... I really enjoy the way that Hachi is moving here. Even if Mene has a lot of good choices when it comes to the way he's routing, like, I think Hachi's ability to understand the situation and choose something within a moment's notice is such a powerful skill to have, and with such a life increase here, it really does go to show just how important it is. Hachi going up to play a little more defensive, because even in that game 1, Mene was playing around Sword Super so frequently, but I think with that threat of Sword Super opens him up to a lot of situations like this happening, right? Yo, fucking unblockable mid, my favorite. Probably wanted super there, gonna go straight back into the neutral here, trying to lock down the Soba.
Yeah, unfortunately, the hit or the visual part is not the same as the hitbox. Unfortunately, not working out. But unfortunately, the drop right there, and Hachi's just going to catch out for some quick, easy, unburstable damage. 19.6k. Went for something great, but just went into the not so loving umbrella of Neo, but just doing a bust out DP, just trying to keep the pressure up now.
Ooh, a big drop, but
I don't know where
didn't.
Suzo ended up on.
Understandable, yeah.
The fadeaway JA?
Yo, that button kind of broken. I don't know what to tell you. Capitalizes off of it so well just due to the amount of damage both characters do. So there's a lot of situations where he's just putting himself in a much better spot than you would hope, and just makes it work from there. I don't think he wanted that. That looked like an unblockable setup.
Yeah, just a little too early on the release there, but Hachi getting a moment to go in, but unfortunately not working out. And yeah, what's also kind of messed up about Merlin's team is that, you know, they can play the full speed game quite a bit, but they can also get in your face as well. So it's a little messed up what they're capable of.
What a confirm, by the way, recognizing that the hit was a bit awkward and going for the instant overhead setup. Honestly, a really good choice on Nene's part. Good routing as well to avoid the Susan making any sort of headway on a burst. Gonna be forcing the resonance out here. Yeah, there we go.
Doesn't look like it's going to matter as Merlin takes their first game on the board, and yeah, they're starting to get comfortable here. It's really
Provide that Kurogane Susan didn't. I suppose he's gonna have to, you know, enlighten me in the ways of the Gordo teams.
Unfortunately not working out. Carmine getting pieced up, going to probably be put into the red after the situation. Oh, not quite yet, but you gotta bring in that Gordo. Alright, it's time to party. Let's see what boy can do.
Yeah, we're certainly partying alright, just tossing him around like a blunt object in a trans girl polycule. Killing this character off right now, trying to make something happen here. Mene just forcing some sort of mix-up, really trying to make something happen here, but a fantastic B Reaper to try and get a little bit more damage on it, but a big drop from Hachi here.
Good evasions to not deal with that sound situation, and it's time for Gordo to do something, I guess. But still, just playing the raid game, trying to make something happen here, trying to keep the distance, but not working out. But oh gosh, all in favor of JC, but a little too far to hit that Hilda. I don't think that is a. That might be a dead.
Just a little bit too shy. Bro, we cannot be serious.
Oh, do it again! Alright. It's time to play the hero, but you got your ankles broken. You have one more chance. You have 5 seconds left on your resonance. You got 3 seconds left. Try to make something happen here. Pray to the gods that something will work out here.
I'm honestly shocked that touched his block. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, man, like, I was genuinely hoping to be proven. We're not playing the roulette wheel. We didn't go to the casino. We're playing for some goddamn Gordo.
Did you see Merlin on Roustar didn't do a thing? Like, Merlin was flabbergasted, like, you're still running this team? What the hell are you doing?
Yeah, no, bro genuinely just said, fuck off. But regardless, gonna be getting a big drop on Hachi's part here. Mene not really doing much. Maybe just wanted to play a little bit of defense here. Wait for the resources to come back.
Good active switch grab working out. Good, you know, it's a good time to get some things going. Gordo managed to get that good amount of damage on the board. Keep the pressure up as well. Nice defense on the anti-jump low. And Merlin, hopefully.
Wait, what?
Oh, I can't believe it. This character is still pretty good, but like, damn, that super kind of sucked.
Yo, the restraint in your voice, I felt it. But yeah, no, like, oh,
Look,
yo, American Reset.
I had to clear the quick time event. But nonetheless, really stabilizing and putting a good amount of hurt on the Gordo.
Oh no, bro! You tried to call out the throw bait, but unfortunately, Carmine is too good.
Not working out, maximizing the damage, but both characters in a one-touch situation, even for someone's damage output like Neo. And yeah, definitely seeing something happen here, but Hachi keeping the offense up, not letting the breaks up at all.
That's not what he did not want that. He did not want that. No way.
I'd imagine that was probably like a DP active switch or something.
Dude.
Oh no.
I have no comment, bro. I have no comment. Holy shit, this is insane. Oh my god. I have no words. 3-3. I almost said 3-0. Fucking insane shit.
I mean, they're sticking with it. Hachi sees something in this scene. I mean, to be fair, they got Merlin on the ropes, but just unfortunately crumbled apart with an EX dive kick. I mean,
the opening act is all yours, young lady.
It's all up to the players to really just make something happen here. You know, their thoughts are not our thoughts, so we just kind of have to make sense of whatever chaos is turmoiling in their brains.
Man, fuck the turmoil. This shit is the bag that Kid is holding onto. Let it go, bruh. It's gone. The strap is destroying itself. Santa would not be happy. Let it go. Fuck.
Sometimes it takes a stronger person to let something go than to hold on to it, I guess. But like, you don't gotta do this to yourself. You're living life on hard mode. You're living life on expert mode because of this.
Filipino mode, might I add.
Look, I wanted to say that, but I had to chill for a second.
I saw the joke earlier today on Twitter, and I just started fucking dying.
Look, I wanted to reference that, but I was like, you know what? Maybe I gotta chill for a second. But look, Hachi saying, you know what? I got a debuff for my birthright, but hey, Loopy is pretty good, I suppose.
Holy shit, bro. Nah, that's insane. Canadian and Filipino pick a struggle, bro. Oh my god. Oh, but yeah, fucking Hachi's playing insane right now. Like, I think every confirm that he's gotten a gun.
Yeah, he's locked in right now.
He saw me talking shit about his baby boy and said, "Fuck you, bro." That's crazy. Holy shit.
Getting quick flow. Gotta deal with the rain. Oh, gets hit with the alley.
Bruh.
Oh my god.
The respect. Okay, man. Yeah? You deserve that one.
Alright, there's something going on.
Silence is deafening. Okay. Getting hit by the overhead. Gonna be. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Okay. No. It's fine. DPing the safe jump. Not quite doing it properly. Trying to throw bait the throw, but a little too high up into the air. The EX Grim Reaper. I'm actually kind of surprised that hit. That looks super weird.
Yeah, still has a pretty respectable hurt box, you know, not like it was in previous matches, but still, not too bad in terms of some like half decent horizontal space, but not a good position to have this Gordo in. It looks like Hachi will be losing. Off the solo Carmine, I'd say definitely the preferred character to have as a solo one with all the chip damage and space control. They can play and an excellent trade, and the awareness to convert off it is excellent.
I cannot glaze you enough, bro. Oh my god. I could buy a dozen donuts from Krispy Kreme, hot and ready, And that shit would not be as glazed as I am right now. What the fuck was that? That was so good. Holy shit, man. Mene is in a winning position right now, but he's losing the war.
Has to guess the game, has to be careful of the EX high-low if they want to employ that, but just going to put the nails out there, wanting to block it. What's really nice too about what Merlin is doing is just denying the like health regen from Hachi as well. But another nail toy, good push block. Yeah, they had to do that to survive, but unfortunately gets clipped by the 5A, and Merlin back in rare form, and Hachi wants to signal it and see how well it does against a team that's really solid. Or they could go to their, you know, lock in and pick their main team, but good awareness and good confirm off the getting nice 6.9 off of that, and still keeping the momentum very nicely.
Unfortunately, Neo
right there,
is
but hey, we're still moving on.
Yeah, Neo's a bit of a small hurt box, so that kind of thing is it's a little bit rough to deal with. Gonna be able to get an air dash confirmed here. We just doing shit, bro. What was that? Trying to optimize a little bit too much here. Sheep would be disappointed. I like the choice to not go for the swap to Neo there. She needs a little bit more health to make any kind of thing work here. Jumped out of the way of the command grab, but getting caught by the Carmine.
Yeah, definitely not working out, and Hachi's doing a really good job at like calling out some assist calls as well. Neo not looking too good. Little bit of a risky proposition to bring Neo back in, but hey, it's working out pretty well so far. Keeping things burst safe and still keeping the...
You could have punished him!
Trying to throw bait, but not working out, but hey, not fucking for it.
We are so push block brained, we refuse to do anything but... Okay, I understand why Mene didn't punish there. He was scared of the DHC potential, but I do feel like missing the punish on the throw bait whiff was definitely a big missed opportunity, and ultimately what caused the reversal of momentum. He did prove me wrong. I apologize for the slander. You know, making the jokes at your expense was funny though, so I won't apologize. Gonna be getting a nice confirm here into the corner. I feel like Mene did that burst just to make sure that Hachi doesn't have as much health to recover at the end, but I don't know, like, I feel like that isn't his worth. Yeah, especially in a situation like this, not quite going to be able to kill, the burst being so active to where we cannot hit the assist as well. Mene getting a scout scot-free.
Yeah, and honestly, this is like could be the good point of momentum that Merlin needs to just take some of that space back. But Hachi relentless on the offense, but unfortunately getting that GC punished with a preemptively timed 4P. And Hachi's kind of not looking too good, but the same can be said for Merlin's Neo.
Oh, okay. I feel like that was supposed to be a nail torrent, but it was honestly still really good positioning to be able to do that. What fucking positioning again. Just recognizing that the condition was perfect for this. Gonna be able to get a happy birthday DP. And Mene is in a really good position, but a fantastic awareness on Hachi to get a good burst point. Interrupting the EX wheel startup. Solo Gord able to fend for himself once again. Gonna be going for a simple route to tie up the score a little bit closer. A mid or high level player, even top level, and I think we're seeing a lot of little micro decisions that make a lot of sense in retrospect when you think about them, and doing those on a split-second motion is honestly super impressive. Not quite able to get that happy birthday, but both players honestly playing incredible right now. Unfortunate misinput on the JC though. Damn. My ears.
Yeah. Good actors was to avoid getting hit with the Bloodhouse, and good defense by Hachi in that situation, but gets a nice TRM, trying to get some momentum. Going for a pretty interesting route, but keeps the burst safe. But going themselves the corner, throwing themselves out of the corner. Unfortunately, Hilda dropping out and Hilda getting in pretty safely, but a good call out will keep Hilda at bay for just a little longer.
Oh yeah, there it is. Tried to get in with the JC. Not quite able to make anything too particularly important of it. Trying to route around, keeping things as burst safe as possible. Once again, trying to do another throw bait. Oh no, getting the assist hit once again. Even if you don't do much damage from this, getting that character done is so important. And the routing to put the gourd into the corner, really good play.
Yeah. Now Gord is in a situation where he has to chase the Hilda, but unfortunately gets called out. I think it gets for game situation is Hachi, or really try to go for a reset, but Hachi ready for it. Still not a good situation to be in. Good push block just to try to avoid, but unfortunately not working out. Trying to grasp at the fences for anything, but has one more chance.
Ooh, the 5B not quite confirming the way that you hoped it would. This gourd on a last sliver for their potential plight to win this game. A 2B of the gods trying to connect here. Any sort of little hit can make a difference. Trying to super out, but unfortunately gonna be getting hit by the active swap.
You to come at me. And, you know, like gets to, you know, especially with Hilda on point, just Hilda 4P just working up super well, just really just goading Hachi to coming in and just getting blown up for it.
Yeah, 2000%. We talked about the idea of making your opponent do bad mistakes, for lack of a better way to put it. And I think Mene is doing a good job of forcing Hachi into that situation right here. And especially with such low health to work with, it's going to be incredibly difficult to try and make that adjustment mentally, especially in a dominant game like this.
Definitely have to dig deep and find something, but unfortunately getting hit with the high and not looking good for either of Hachi's characters right now. Getting sent full screen, still trying to chase. Got the hit, but unfortunately didn't believe in it. Tried to read the TRM, but going to lose their Carmine for it instead. Off the solo Gordor once again.
Man, yeah, that was a really demotivating thing to get hit by, I think, because if you're in a situation like that and you mess up because you didn't think the opponent was gonna get hit, it's good information, yeah. Watching him play a new team is not surprising at this point. But busting it out so late into a first to 10 just perplexes me. But then again, like you said earlier, it really doesn't matter what we think. It's just a matter of, you know, whether or not it works. And it doesn't seem like it is yet, but we're still pretty early into the match. I like the call out on Mene's part, finally adapting to the fact that Hachi has been doing a lot of burst on block. Oh god, he's been getting hit by all of it. That character's dead. Never mind, my bad.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate because oh my ears. Yeah, unfortunately, Hachi's just been really getting cycled through the option right there with those resets, but getting a point of momentum. Hopefully they can bring some damage onto this Hilda. Not going to cross trade. Trying to make something happen here, keeping it going for the good old DP assist, but unfortunately not working out.
I mean, it's definitely a no jump zone, but I don't know if it really matters that much when we're taking less than 2k per hit. But an unfortunate burst from Mene gonna be leading to this character getting blown up for the fuzzy mash. Ooh, that could have been dead if we went through a cross raid, but the drop is gonna be huge.
Unfortunately not working out. Not killing either character just yet, but ooh, risky situation to be around, and this is going to... Oh god, we're going to the Lariat 4P game right now. What? Getting just sniped. Unfortunately not ready for a confirm either. But Nilda getting... Or... Hilda getting sniped out. What? JC? Oh, I'm losing my mind here.
This is some gameplay. This is the type of gameplay you see. You mentioned this example earlier, the local, when people be playing for a little bit too long, and it's only been like, what, 13, 14 games? But it definitely fucking feels like it.
Yeah. Try to make something happen here. Unfortunate trade on that, and Merlin getting the better of it and going to kill off this Hilda. Hachi's Hakame not a good place, but level 4 resonance can make something happen here, but Just dancing around a
He's
little
gonna
bit,
command grab or
trying-
some shit, watch.
I fear for like everyone's lives at this point. Good confirm. Oh no, a little too far. Do you see what? Not ready for confirming. This gets killed by a counter hit. EX dive kick, but not going to kill this quite yet.
Dude, the movements. Oh my god. Wait for Jade Star, so on and so forth. But with Meta, I would honest to God say that he's proficient in both characters. And it's been showing throughout these last few games here, because the moment he locked in, both of these characters have been doing a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, you know, as I know there's a little bit of a rocky moments, but you know, as Manny is looking to be in rare form right now. I mean, again, has the lead in the set right now. Only needs 2 more games, and Hachi on the back end a little bit, trying to dig deep and find something.
Oh, not quite able to get anything off of that situation, but we are going to be getting a nice punish on the JC. Not able to do much more off of the 5BBB, but it doesn't really matter. Gonna get the nice ender here. Narukami just trying to stay on top of the Hilda for as long as possible. Neither side having any meter to work with anymore. Trying to go for the unblockable DP, but good burst timing on Mene's part. Both of them are scrapping right now.
Oh my god, just got super lucky, and thankfully everyone's staying alive here, but not for long. Neo getting pieced up quite a bit. Not going to kill just quite yet, but definitely a one-touch situation from here now. Nice grab. Trying to keep it as bursting as possible, and will get it, and will kill the Neo for it. Off the solo Hilda. But with level 4 Resonance is definitely going to be a bit of a struggle, given the opportunity that... Will that wake up super works?
Yeah, I think because of the CC flash, Hachi committed to the JA before he wanted to. Oh yeah, there we go, got the super. That's a dead character. Mene suddenly in a much better position here, even with no meter.
How do you like this?
Yeah, still has about 7 seconds on the Resonance, and just needs honestly one good clip to see out the Narukami, but needs to do it fast because he's gaining health back pretty quickly, and I think that might be the hit.
No, not quite. We spent the bar that we would need in order to kill here. Bow? Okay, okay. He dropped the air dash, didn't quite get the confirm, but we are going to be getting a punish on the DP in an attempt to anti-air. Hachi not going down without a fight.
Team, see if you're ready for it. Running build out point this time, so we'll see if well, Hachi's ready for it, and if or if Hachi's just gonna run for the fences with the team like they're doing right now.
Yo, 5C ender. We got some gameplay going on here. Nice, I like the routing. Gonna be able to go for the 5A ender. Good block on the JC. Avoiding the forfeit as well. Really good movement on Hachi's part. Just desperately trying to force any kind of movement here. Dead character? Yeah, there we go.
Keeping it simple. Teddy going down for the count. Not really doing much of the set here, unfortunately. But good navigation by the Narukami. And trying to make something happen here, but unfortunate drop right there. Maybe got stuff down in input, but Hachi looking in good position to tie up the set. But really fighting back hard.
What cool route. I never considered to use the soft knockdown of the 5V to get a safe resonance pop. Really nice awareness from Mene's part here. Oh, huge throw bait though.
Looking good. Resonance is over. Has to make things happen without any more meter or life gain, but not going to happen. As long as Hachi doesn't drop this. Keep it simple.
Oh yeah, probably went for 5BB just to try and pull Hilda out of the corner, but is gonna be able to get a decent 2A meaty as well. Mene not out of this just yet. Bro is fighting for his life.
Yeah, wants to burst out. Doesn't want to deal with any cheeky mix-up from the Narukami to have him get killed, but getting clipped to the ankles with that 2A, and Merlin is making this comeback happen right now. It's getting close. Has to keep it airtight. Trying to keep the stagger going and gets clipped low. Gets clipped high this time. It might happen.
Let's not jinx it just yet, and unfortunately, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was definitely a jinx moment. Committing to the JB during the CC flash, and that's a to make comebacks like that, then I honestly have a really good feeling for the rest of this set, because it's going to take a lot of dexterity to be able to do something like that, and balls to be able to DP in someone's face like that. I'm going to be able to get a nice clash confirm straight into the corner into a guess for game situation.
Oh no, going to be losing an Arcami, and it's all to solo go Doro in this set, and you know, just another reminder, this is basically a first to two now, and this is not a good way to start that off. How to make the solo Gordo comeback with only level 2 resins getting clipped like that, it is looking pretty dire for Hachi in this game.
What happened? Gonna be able to... interesting defensive choices here. Oh my... Yo, the move... Nah, that was insane. Chun-Li, insane shit.
That's some insane, yeah, really good movement by Hachi, but again, just... I think one of the good things that this team can do is, again, as I mentioned, this team can go on offense and defense on a dime, and just being able to back up that quickly and just create space for yourself is just really egregious, especially, you know, having to deal with this as a solo go.
Could you imagine if the... Oh, okay. I was about to start talking, like, imagine if the solo Gord come back
all night, and Hachi still has a... Well, this is the last chance to make something happen, and at this point, yeah, they have to commit to the Narukami Gordo.
Yeah, from here in, this is the team that he's gonna play. And honestly, like, this isn't the worst team to do it with. I gave a lot of shit to the Gordo Carmine, but this team has a lot more synergy to it. It's a lot easier to make a good call here. What a confirm, by the way. What the fuck? Blockable, yeah. Good burst timing there, just waiting for the assist to come out. I wasn't quite able to confirm into JC, so wanted to do DP instead. Gonna be getting a nice block on the cross-up with the throw bait.
Really good work, trying to make every hit count, getting good amount of damage, maybe even a DHC. No, just wants to keep this hill in the corner. Good DP out of the situation. Life totals are slightly in Merlin's favor, and it's always so threatening. Good defense so far, and a good push block, and just to get an Narukami safely, good choice to make.
I'm kind of shocked Hachi didn't do a run-up DP on that nail turret there. That was definitely one of those moments that it would have proven relatively beneficial. Good burst timing to be able to deal with that. The 2B not quite confirming, but it being in a good position to where the nail turret isn't going to hit properly. Ooh, insane super, but not quite able to do anything with it. There it is, dead character.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little too slow to punish that active switch, but hey, I feel like this is a character that you most likely prefer on Resonance. Going to Papa right now, only level 2, but can make something happen. But the teleport navigating around the chaos, and Merlin taking the set 10-8.
Wow. I know we were memeing on both of them early in the set just because